Hey, nerds, what's going on? Another episode of the other show here on Kingdom of Nerds. What's going on, Joe? What's going on, Fade?
Not much.
How's it hanging?
Pickups will be fun tonight because I got a box of pickups delivered about an hour and a half ago, and I have not gone through what's in there, so I will be seeing them pretty much the same time you guys are seeing them.
On a Sunday in the middle of nowhere? Really?
Yeah, FedEx will drop stuff off on Sunday. They put it in the worst possible place on Sundays.
But CGC books on Sundays unexpectedly. It says Monday delivery, and they come on a Sunday.
Yeah. They put them like right on my gate near the road in a box. So I always have to check on Sundays just to make sure that I don't get a delivery, because if not, they will be there overnight.
Yeah, it's I got like 2 boxes coming from CGC now. I'm just like, it's supposed to be here tomorrow, but it still says in Florida. I'm like, bastards.
It's better than some of the other times from CGC.
Yeah, it's in Florida.
It's it happens, but might as well get to some pickups. I went to a comic book store that's only open twice a month. So they usually have some good stuff.
It's odd thing.
Yeah.
Is it like a back issues type place?
Yeah, pretty much. It's all back issues. No,
I was gonna say. It seems like one of those places. It's just has a back stock of a bunch of stuff, and it's like, yeah, this is when we could be here.
Hey, Mama Bear, what's going on?
Hey, Mama Bear.
What's up, Mama Bear?
Let's see what I got. I got
X-Men
stuff. Special edition #1. I guess this is the reprinting of Giant Size X-Men #1.
It's a special edition.
Yep, from 1983 or 82.
Because it says
it's the first reprint. Gwen Stacy #1 with the Hughes.
I love that Hughes cover.
Yeah, that's a great cover.
It's a good one to have in the old Hughes box.
Huh?
It's a good one to have in the old Hughes box.
Yeah, I got Long Ranger #5, the Cassidy version.
Nice.
A little Harley Quinn Panosian from, I don't even know what run this was.
A little Harley Nojan.
Harley Nojan. I didn't know he did this cover.
He has a lot of. It's like Dan's been around a long time.
Yeah.
In the industry.
He drops lime. Sorry, I'm not good at pickup limes. Little Beetle Bailey. I saw this cover. I was like, let me grab this.
Holy crap! It's Beetle Bailey.
I never like to pass up Charleston books.
I think this is like the reason I read the paper so much as a kid, because of the Beetle Bailey comic strips.
Especially if it's in somewhat decent condition, because that's a complimentary copy. So those are normally just beat the living shit.
Which is pretty cool. It's in really good condition considering the age. What year is this?
Probably late 60s.
You can tell this book has not been open in years.
What?
It's actually in really good condition.
The Beetle Bailey. Yeah.
Nice and shiny, not dirty.
Used to buy those. Yeah, I used to buy those. In fact, I remember seeing that cover. What year is that from?
This is from 1970, issue number 73. Wow.
Close. I said late 60s. That was close.
Yeah.
That might have been in one of my uncle's collections that he had.
Be funny if this was just making sure there was actually it's white pages.
Oh wow.
Look at that.
I'm gonna have to get this graded.
Yeah, I checked the value on it first because it might not be worth more than the grading.
It looked nice in a slab though.
It would.
Was this the first Mark Jewelers on the back?
Is that Mark Jewelers or is that Jocelyn's? Is that Jocelyn's class rings? Or Jostins?
Jostins. I remember when those Jostins was who did our class rings back in the day.
Armed Forces Diamond Cells.
We used to be able to work the Jostins booth in the lunchroom and get like discounts on our class rings. That was a cool part our school did.
Yeah, these are all like Navy, Special Forces.
Yeah, it's the government rings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Degrassi, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah, there's a chance that that book might have just only gone out on commissaries and stuff like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Could have been.
A J. Scott Campbell, black and white Harley Little Black Book.
Nice.
What was the number on that issue?
Which one?
That Beetle Bailey.
Oh, it was Beetle Bailey 73.
73.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna clean and press this baby. You give me a reason to turn my presses back on. Hey, Trev, what's going on?
Looks like it's running right around $16 or $17 price wise.
Nice. Spider-Man number 6.
Guarantee you, it's low census, and that one was a complimentary copy, so that could be
might be worth more. Maybe 25. We got Spider-Man number 6 newsstand.
There you go.
Little make fall in love.
There's 29 on the census.
Nice.
Interesting.
In honor of Styx, Marvel Premiere 59 newsstand.
Doctor Who.
Little Doctor Who.
Looks in good shape though.
Huh?
Looks like it's in good shape.
Yeah, it's in really good shape. Actually.
A little bit of Doctor Who, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I gotta get the Pence versions of these.
Pence
Hey, Cliff, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, Cliff? How you doing?
Number 60. Another newsstand.
The Pence versions.
I mean, I'm not going to buy a Doctor Who book, but it's a cool cover.
That's my favorite Doctor on that book. That's Baker, the fourth Doctor.
Look at this cover. Norem, Norem. Huh. And then I saw these DC Silver Age Classics.
Oh wow, I had some of those.
The first Legion of Superheroes.
Like I had a shit ton of those Silver Age Classics.
I like having those just laying around just to thumb through them.
Yeah. In fact, I had that one in particular with the Legion, the first Legion, all that.
Brave and the Bold, 2028. First Justice League.
Yeah.
Showcase number 4. Reprinted.
Yep, First Flash.
Yeah, some more, but they were like really beat up.
First Silver of that Flash.
Yeah.
Silver Age Flash.
A Batman 100-page giant size.
Ooh.
I love those 100-page giants.
Yeah, they're great.
There's some good books in those 100-page giants.
Beetle Bailey Assassin beat wins because Lois Flaxton's brother. Picked up another Hughes Ghost. I pick these up every time I see them.
Yeah, I got a handful of ghosts laying around. I liked it. They always pop into dollar boxes and stuff like that all the time.
Yeah. Heroes in Crisis, number 1.
Ah!
Oh, for some reason, people hate this story.
That storyline. No, I read it. And that was okay, but it's like, Heroes in Crisis. No,
it was a long series actually.
Yeah,
was it like 9 issues? Hey, Terry Floyd.
I had the trade at one time.
Flash Gordon number 1 from Mad Cave. I don't know what run this was from.
It might be the new run because I don't know if Mad Cave had Flash Gordon before. Actually, yes, they did because there was Darwin Cook cover.
Let's see. Is this one a new one? Yeah, that's from the new one.
That had to be almost brand new.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing this variant actually. Talent Showcase 19. Joe, you know what this is?
Yep, that's your first Darwin Cook art.
Yep.
In a comic.
So I'm picking these up every time I see them.
Yes. It's definitely a good one.
A little Superman New 5237.
No.
A little more Darwin Cook.
Yep, more Darwin Cook right here.
Oh, I love all those landscape covers that he did.
Yeah, they're great. They're all like amazing.
Awesome.
Amazing. What the Amazing Mary Jane #1.
There you go. There's several variants to that one.
And a special shout out to Jay from my Discord Raz group for getting me this Power Shazam 12
DCU.
DCU. It's funny, I get this, but I have one coming in a 9.6. So I have 2 of these now. So I'm gonna get this graded. Maybe this will come back at 9.8. It's pretty good shape actually. I see one non-color breaking spine tick, but maybe they'll let that go. Maybe with a good press, I can get it out. So that is what I got for this week. What do you got, Joe?
Outside of the 2 larger books, which I have seen, I have not looked through this stack yet. So I'm going through at the same time you are. So let's see. First up, we got some Wonder Woman.
I like that.
Oh, Absolute.
Train.
Foil.
Jim Lee.
Yeah.
Batgirl.
Love the call Batgirl. More Batgirl.
That's Nakayama.
No. I don't know who the hell did this take? Oh no, this is Archer.
Oh, it's Archer. Okay.
You know me. I always get my Birds of Prey books. Canary.
I like that cover. That's a Schmidt?
No, this one is Sergio Kuna.
Oh, Kuna.
Yeah, it's Kuna.
I
bought a Cap book only because it's a Pinocchio cover and it has Doom.
Is that a Doom? Is that Doom?
Yeah, that's Doom.
Let's see. Yeah, a little Conan because nothing comes to my house without Conan. And of course,
Fairy Tales, nice.
Fairy Tales, Donza, Hell Heist. And then these came. Too bad the interior story was awful, but I still think the character has some legs, so it felt silly not to buy them. I finally got my Kill Towns. Yoink. And holofoil. I'll buy anything Ashley Wood puts out. So there's that and that.
Nice.
Love my Ashley Wood. I love Stefano Cardicelli as well. All his covers.
Ooh, Mud and Madness.
Let's see. I know nothing about this book. I just kind of enjoyed the cover.
What's that, Nightclub too?
Yeah.
Is that about the
I absolutely.
Did we read the first one, the first issue with the kids?
It's possible.
And they were like vampires, and they would explain to their friend. I think we read the first issue.
Well, that's possible, but I like the covers. I got it. I like covers with the cuckoos. So
I like the cuckoos. Freaking amazing characters.
Patra, a little more Patra. I just like these covers. Well, Moon Knight.
New anime style night.
Yeah. I just was like,
just a little bit of
characters. No reason not to grab it.
Just a little bit of Moon Knight there.
Novovich.
Of course, we got some Poison Ivy with some cake there. Skin Police. Now that's a disturbing title.
Skin Police is really good. You should watch it.
Watch it.
Yeah, the name of it's like duplicates. Like I can't even think of it. It's illegal to have replicants. People use them have babies.
Oh.
So it's illegal. So they track them down and kill them when they go mad.
This is one of the ugliest color covers that I've seen in a long time, so I had to buy it.
That is the ugliest cover I've ever seen. What is that?
Jesus.
Who's the artist?
That's Ultimate X-Men.
Is this Balderón? I forget.
Yeah,
who
Ultimate
did
X-Men
these.
is horrible.
Yeah, it was really ugly cover, and sometimes I really like ugly covers. This Valentine's Bluff Massacre has some of the most disturbing, wonderful covers, by the way, for a horror book.
Ooh.
Valentine Bluffs Massacre.
Yeah, it's from American Mythology Press. They always have a bunch of crazy stuff. Then I got this big old bad boy, a little 3D action, little Brian Haberlin, Faster Than Light, Treasury Edition 3D.
Nice. Degrassi, it makes me rich that I actually like these upcoming Liefeld Batman covers. What's with Liefeld Batman covers?
And they keep putting these out, and I will keep buying them every time. Dark Horse keeps putting out these EC archives. Volume 5 for Vault of Horror. So I just keep buying them because they are fantastic to have. Because I know I'm never going to be able to afford going back and buying runs of EC stuff anymore. So and that's what I got today. That's what came in my box today.
Nice. Before we get into the news or whatever, I just want to bring something to people's attention. If you're a fan of Doctor Who or Coronation Street, you know who Millie Gibson is. She's the latest traveling companion of the new Doctor. She was at a con over the weekend, and I got to find out more details. But apparently, let me see, bring up a picture of her. Apparently, she was touched and groped inappropriately by a fan at the con.
Yeah, that's perverts everywhere.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It really it's so gross that these people come out of their way. These celebrities come out their way to go to cons.
These filthy Doctor Who fans groping people.
The first thing when I saw this on Twitter was I messaged Sticks. I'm like, Sticks, where were you?
Sticks, did you do this? No, I don't think Sticks did this. That's not what I meant.
Not Fish Police Degrassi, although I do have Fish Police laying back here somewhere behind me.
This used to be a huge problem at New York Comic Con with cosplayers.
Fish Police?
Yeah, Fish Police is a series. It used to be a big problem with cosplayers being sexually harassed and touched until they put up signs and made it punishable by jail time. But I don't know what con this was. I'm hoping to find out where. Hopefully they found the perpetrator of this, because celebrities shouldn't have to deal with this no matter how much people love them. Doctor Who fans equal reprobates. Don't be a douche, all right?
You know what?
It's the closest they'll ever come to a woman. That's
I can say the same about Marvel fans. I can say the same about Star Wars fans, Star Trek fans.
hey, don't you start slinging mud.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you. Don't you start slinging mud. I swear to God.
Nah, if I sling mud, just get an umbrella, because there's going to be a lot of mud slung.
Oh, by the way, just a little off-topic thing.
Go ahead.
I binged The Penguin yesterday, all 8 episodes.
There you go.
Oh, really?
Holy crap.
Yeah,
that was good.
I told you.
That's a good solid series.
Dude, I wanted to like Oz, but he's such an irredeemable scumbag.
Well, that's the beauty of the series. They draw you in, and you start to empathize, and then they push you away, and they draw you in and push you away, and they give the right
relationship with his mom very, very problematic.
Yeah.
But I have seen I hate to admit this, but I knew someone whose son was treated his mother like a girlfriend more than a mother, which was weird.
Well, there's a whole show about it, Mama's Boy or whatever on TLC. They have a whole series about it. It's very disturbing. Oh yeah, it's all these men whose mother who have an unhealthy relationship with their mother. And it follows them dating and stuff like that. And then the mother,
I think I saw that show
once.
Oz had a very Oedipal relationship with his mother. That's all I'm saying.
And I think the most disturbing thing, finding out that he was having the escort, woman of the night, dress up as his mother.
Eve Carlo. You know that last
it's
name.
creepy.
Brother. Anyway. No, that Eve Carlo. Carlo is the last name of the first Clayface. That's interesting. You think she'd be any relation to Basil Carlo?
And then they also snuck in the little scarecrow stuff in with the psychiatrist as well.
Yeah, he does have a creepy like scarecrow kind of thing going on.
Oh, there's parts of Scarecrow's outfit in his office.
I think there's somebody pointed out online. There's like two things that
was it
associated with the Scarecrow.
Yeah. Was it Theo Rossi's character or was it the other?
Yeah,
Theo Rossi's character.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he was creepy
get
as
into
hell
today's
anyway, man.
show.
And I like how Magpie was kind of a little bit Harley Quinn, just a little.
Just a little. First, we don't have that much news today. Little rumor: there's a plan for the West Coast Avengers in the MCU. People were talking about this again. More scoopers are throwing.
That's not the West Coast Avengers I want. I want the current, most recent lineup of West Coast Avengers.
What's
the most recent one that had Gwenpool?
Oh yeah,
that group. That was what they should run. That's what they should do. Marvel Boy in there. It showed up, and that's what they should do. Nobody gives two shits about Wonder Man.
Mockingbird.
I do like Mockingbird. I do have a soft spot for Mockingbird, but
I kind of want to see a version of the West Coast Avengers. I don't find myself caring about Wonder Man at all, especially since we don't need him for the Vision. For the Vision origin in the MCU because they went a different way with it.
Yeah.
Because Wonder Man's memory engrams were part of Vision. That's why Wanda fell in love with him.
I just have to get into the Star Wars mindset when MCU releases projects that I don't have to like or care about everything that they do. I don't care.
Exactly.
There'll be some things that I like that appeal to me, and there'll be some things that I just don't give two shits about.
The last set of movies I really haven't bothered with, but I like some of the shows.
Yeah, it's pick and choose at this point. Then, as long as they keep putting out content, some of it I'll like, some of it I won't.
And at this point, I'm really, really liking what I'm hearing about Fantastic Four, but I've been told I'm an idiot, so whatever.
Yeah. You're right. You're an idiot.
I agree. You're an idiot.
All right.
I second that.
Your sex appeal. I do love it.
There's a.
I love my Greer.
Carmen Ejogo will eventually be Clayface in the Batman crime saga. She's also Jeffrey Wright's real-life baby mama.
I think one of my favorite scenes in that whole show was the very first part with Alberto and Oz sitting there talking, and Oz just loses it and lights the guy up. And then he's sitting there, he's all smiling, happy about what he just did, and then he goes, because he realized he just iced the paymaster.
Oz was a sick individual,
and I hope we get more of him.
We will.
They did a solid job of building out multiple characters in that show, which was nice.
Yeah,
I like Sophia too, but she's unhinged. Anyway.
All right, next up,
Smoke Show.
First, look at Popeye horror movie releasing in January. Look at Popeye. Look at those arms.
Ah, Jesus.
Are you ready for your Popeye horror movie, guys?
Okay,
I don't know if I want a horror movie. I want a gory Popeye movie. That would be fun. It'd be fun to just watch him beat Bluto bloody.
I'm still waiting for the Bambi horror movie and Neverland Nightmare, which sounds like it's going to be fun.
I don't care about that universe at all.
Yeah, I agree, Terry. I don't know how West Coast Avengers will work without Wanda if they're going with that team, but if they're going with the newer team, maybe.
I think they should go with either Young Avengers or West Coast Avengers type younger team and do it as a series, not a movie, that you can just have a lighthearted, 10-episode run of a series.
Kind of popping in and popping out.
Anything has to be better than Runaways was.
Right?
I never watched it. Was it that
By
bad?
the way, the kid that was in
Yes.
the kid that was in The Penguin, Victor, was in Runaways.
Yeah, there you go.
I have no doubt Wanda and Vision will be there.
Maybe.
If they're there, I'll watch it.
If they bring Wanda back.
Well, of course they're bringing Wanda back. They're going to have to do the whole Children's Crusade thing.
It's all about the money.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
Yep. You know, being that WandaVision and Agatha are the two most watched series in Loki ever on any Marvel show. And so she'll be back.
You know, can you imagine how bad Olive Oil looks without clothes?
Ew,
She's
stop.
a rail stick, man.
I'm guessing she looks like Ariana Grande in Wicked.
Oof.
Ow. That was painful.
High Seas with Popeyes, the hero. Timber me Tim. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to Bambi, the Bambi horror movie coming out.
I'm fine with cheap, shitty horror movies. They'll pop up and be free fast enough, and I'll watch them for free.
I'm not going to the theaters.
I'm definitely not going to a theater for it.
I got a psychopathic glee out of the first Pooh, Blood, and Honey movie just because it was different. But then the director ended up being I'm just not gonna. I don't have anything nice to say, so I'm just not gonna say it. Attacking people who were reviewing his movie.
I watched Basket Case 3 again the other day, and the first 5 minutes of that movie is so much fun. Basket Case 3.
Oh Lord, the bad one.
And it is the first 5 minutes of that movie is so amazingly bad and wonderful. It's the best thing.
In my opinion,
suggest everybody watch it.
In my opinion, nothing is as bad as Attack of the Killer Tomatoes and Puberty Love.
I might have to
or
pop
Sharknado.
You, buddy.
Or
the worst horror movie I've ever seen, Frankenhooker.
Frankenhooker's fun. That is
Frankenhooker was funny, but
it was so bad.
It was also pretty bad.
It's a movie where you say your expectations aren't like, oh, I'm going to get a solid horror film here. No, you're watching Frankenhooker. You know.
SNL skit with Rock as Bambo and Vin Diesel Thumper as
Lumber.
What? I've never seen that. I'll have to look that up.
Slumber Party Massacre is a pretty bad movie too. You get the guy with the jackhammer drill.
I like Slumber Party Massacre.
Then you've got the second one where the jackhammer drills a guitar, so he's like doing guitar. Or how about the one horror movie? What is it? Happy Birthday or something like that, where the guy's just like freaked out look on his face and he's shooting at people and he goes, "Garbage Day."
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Now, if you want some really bad horror movies, trash, low budget, go to Peacock. It seems like every
just go to Tubi.
Horror movie is
Tubi has some of the best shit cheese horror around, and there's also tons of it.
Another really good B horror movie, Trolls 2.
Lesbian
where the guy finds out they're turning they're turning them into mushrooms for the trolls to eat, and he's like, oh my god, and it like draws it out. Of course, you have Texas Chainsaw Hookers. That's another movie.
Oh god. And all the Amityville spin-off movies. They
all 30 of the Amityville movies.
You know, it's an underrated horror movie.
Stuff is actually pretty interesting if you know if you read the nuance of what they're going for with that.
Yes.
Just like the one where the guy keeps seeing all the stuff. He's got the sunglasses. What's the name of that movie?
They Live.
They Live. If you like look at the nuance of both of those movies, those movies say a lot. for being the horror.
Oh, They Live was a fantastic movie. It was a classic.
All right, next
Yo,
up.
another horror sci-fi that I like, and it's the last thing, and then I'll be done.
We are getting a Friday Night's Lights reboot. The series will be set in the same universe as the original, but with new characters. Ooh.
Why?
Dude, I lived this through junior high and high school in Texas. I don't need another show about it.
Teeth is fantastic, Degrassi. Teeth
is a great movie. And and right now it's free to watch on Amazon Prime.
Oh, the only show I've been watching is 30 Coins. I can't stop watching it. It's so deranged, it's so sick. And I'm gonna need therapy after I finish this show, but it's so worth it.
I just started Lucifer.
Oh, so good. So good.
Show.
But
you know, takes some turns.
When was Friday Night Lights?
Late 90s.
How long it's been? Late 90s?
Late 90s.
Was it late 90s or was it early 2000s?
I believe it was late 90s. Give me a second. I'll look.
You know, because the only football show that I know that was still going on was All American on CW, and that had pretty good ratings. But I don't know.
Who the fuck watches network television?
People still watch.
I know some people.
I do. I watch The Voice every week.
On Peacock?
No, I watch it.
Oh, yeah,
YouTube,
you're right, Jeff.
YouTube TV.
It ran.
Again, you're not nobody's watching network TV.
Yeah, no.
It ran from
YouTube
2006 to 2011.
Degrassi's wife still watches.
That was just like I don't know. It's just weird.
Friday Night Lights ran from 2006 to 2011.
Nice.
Was on NBC for the first 2 years, and then the
what was the last year ran?
2011.
Oh, okay.
So to the best of my knowledge, all network TV has is reality shows and variations of CSI and NCIS.
Reality shows and procedurals.
Yeah.
Oh, and Matlock.
And Matlock. Which that new Matlock's kind of funny.
I like Kathy Bates. She's an actress.
She definitely carries that show. I will say that much.
Sure.
Don't for me.
I love reality TV. It's no secret. I pretty much watch anything with housewives and their crazy asses or
I try to find the trashiest of reality TV.
Have you seen Villains?
I have seen Villains. It's awful.
Oh, it's so bad. Why?
It's not even so bad. It's good. It's just awful. Like I said, Love After Lockup sits at the peak. It is at the apex of all trash reality shows.
I used to like watching Intervention.
I'm sick in the head. Hoarders is always a winner as well, but Love After Lockup is great.
I love what was it? Those Storage Wars.
Yeah, Storage Wars. My dad actually went and did that. Like,
oh really?
For real. Him and my ex-wife, they used to go and buy storage places and flip shit. They used to go to storage places, buy storage units. They used to go to antique stores. They had a little side business going on where they were selling refurbished shit.
I would say that the last couple of years, my favorite reality show has been Traders. I don't know if you've seen Traders.
I haven't.
What's his face as the host?
What
the hell's his name? I always forget his name.
I forgot his name.
I know.
English actor.
You guys, you would talk about reality television. Remember the show Cheaters?
Cummings?
No, Cheaters was great. The first host got stabbed.
Great. What?
And then the second host is the grandson of Clark Gable.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the first host got stabbed not just once, Joe, but twice.
I love that show. That show was awesome and fantastic.
And that's another thing. Soap operas are still on the network.
I still watch my soap operas. I don't care what people say.
My mother watched
John Black's dead. I'll never watch another soap again.
my mother watched the Channel 8 soaps, All My Children, General Hospital, One Life to Live, all of those, and growing up in the late 80s, early 90s, when I would
nobody
get stuck
cares
at
about
home.
Friday Night Lights. Jedi.
No. It was a great show when it was on, but it's like, do you really need to reboot this? It was what it was. It was great when it came out and what it did.
Streaming, but I don't know if it's going to network. But
I
if it
can
goes
see
to
going to
streaming, might find some new life.
Peacock.
Yeah. Jedi. But I will say this: them taking Days of Our Lives and putting it on streaming has been so good. They're so edgy now. Saying penis.
Passions was the best soap ever done.
So,
Passions.
All right, let's move
was
on.
The one with that. Passions was the one with the supernatural aspect to it, wasn't
it?
Yes.
With Timmy and Tabitha.
Yes. God, those are so great.
All right, moving on. Let's do some comic reviews. Yay!
You got 2 out of 3 out of me today. I couldn't do the third.
It's fine. First up, we reviewed Black Lightning #1. Black Lightning is back with his 2 daughters, Thunder and Lightning.
Yeah, did this book feel like the what was it, the Uncanny X-Men one? No, X-Men one, the reboot. Hey, let's find somebody who has a power, and then we're going to help them because they can't control their power. And that's like, okay.
Oh wait, it's our other daughter, and oh no, I can't come home, Dad. But then I come home, Dad.
Well, it seems like her powers are out of control now.
And Superman calling Black Lightning to the principal's office was the funniest part of that whole thing, man. Because Superman's like, look, I know it's kind of like getting called to the principal's office, and
I don't want to be a dick, but I have to do this.
And Jefferson's like, well, hold on a minute, I understand that reference. Suddenly he turns into Captain America. I don't know, man. I didn't like this one. I really wasn't interested. I read it. I'll give you that much. I read it.
It was fine. It wasn't horrible. It was.
I liked it.
It was fine.
I'm biased. I've been a fan of Black Lightning since Batman and the Outsiders.
I like the character as well. I don't need his whole family. Every goddamn superhero doesn't need to have an extended family of derivative characters around them.
I like the character, but this book is just like Joe was saying. It's basically the X-Men. Yeah. Instead of mutants, it's metas. Yes, General Hospital had aliens.
It did? I wasn't watching it then.
Late 80s, early 90s.
I started watching when they had vampires on Port Charles or
Port Charles, yeah.
Charles. But I really enjoyed this. I think the whole it's because for the longest time, Justice League really didn't care about other metas, really. And I think this is a good idea.
It felt X-Men. It felt X-Men-y, and I was like, didn't I just kind of read a story just kind of like this?
You got a mutant
that I didn't like when I read it there.
And look, don't get me wrong, I like Jefferson. I think he's a great character. I've loved Black Lightning, but I kind of agree with Joe. I don't think every superhero in DC needs a family. But that's just me.
Well, this is a limited series. Let me see. I forgot. I'm sorry about that. We have Brandon Thomas writing. We have Fico Osisio on drawing art. It's only a limited series. Hopefully, we don't get dragged down with the family drama. I do want to see more of Black Lightning because he's been such a underused character for so long.
Degrassi,
not anti-kids. Well, yeah, actually, yes, BK, you are right. I am anti-kids, just not my own kids.
I'm curious as to what Degrassi means by he has beef with the writer. The writer do to you.
If Brandon Thomas heard this review, he probably would cry about it.
It just felt like I literally felt like I just read a very similar story from the X-Men reboot in a way.
And Marvel did it better.
I don't even know if Marvel did it better.
I won't go that far, buddy. I won't go that far.
How about this? Neither did it well. I'm
there
fine
you
with
go.
that.
There you go.
But it's just like okay,
it definitely wasn't 90s X-Men, but I'll give you that.
It has better artwork.
You know,
I like Black Lightning. I wanted a Black Lightning. I saw that Sanford Green cover and I was like, ooh, Black Lightning.
That was so good.
I was like, I'm gonna see some badass Black Lightning. And instead it's just like, I don't know if this story really appeals to me. It's not a bad story. It's just I just don't really care to read the rest of it.
I like his powers.
I could use another Outsiders book. Just saying, a real Outsiders book. Not that dog crap they threw out last year.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is that they did with the Outsiders.
I don't know what that was.
But not everything from DC can be a winner.
Yeah. So
yeah, but
again, it's not a bad book. Nice. It's not a bad book. It just felt a little derivative and a little boring. I just didn't care. When I was done reading, I was like, I don't care. I don't care what happens. I don't care to pick up issue 2.
I think I want to still pick up issue 2.
It's on my reading list.
I want to see where they take Jefferson after this, because hopefully they don't just leave him to the wayside like they do every time she shows up.
I will give you this. It's on my reading list, so I'll continue reading it. If it gets better, I'll say it gets better, okay?
Well, the second worst thing Mark Miller ever did to come was bring Brandon Thomas to Marvel with him back in 2000.
God, I want to hear more about this beef between Degrassi and Brandon Thomas.
We will talk about that beef tomorrow night.
There's some meat on that bone.
What's the beef? And do we get a good stew out of it? That's my question. Man.
So next up, we read String #1.
This was interesting.
Very interesting.
I think they did a good job. Oh, way to throw in the orgy scene on your panels.
I have to throw that in. Wait, let me just there's nothing being shown there.
I didn't say there was. I just said thanks for throwing in the orgy scene.
that was very interesting.
There's a lot of implied stuff.
For everyone wondering, this book is she has the ability to see a string that connects people. A black string means there's a murderer and a victim, and a blue string is sexual partners.
I think they did a very decent job of explaining a very weird power set over a single issue. I understood enough about her power set and enough about her backstory to within one issue to be like, oh, this is kind of interesting. I don't know if I'll keep reading it, but I found it interesting enough and well executed enough that
it was different. I liked it.
That I think they could. I am kind of interested to see where they go. I don't know if I'll keep reading it, but I probably will, just because I want to see where they take it.
Yeah, I was surprisingly amazed. This was a pretty good book. There was a little bit of. Well, I'm not that guy, so I'm not going to say that. But there was a little bit that if any of the usual suspects got their hands on this, they'd freak
my
out.
Knife. Where's my knife? I'm going to stab you. It was one panel.
Well, I mean, you could kind of say it was most of the book, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great book. I'm kind of intrigued as to what happened to her at the end there with all the black strings. Because it was more
they
than
left
one.
They left it on a good. Well, none of the strings are straight; they're all to begin with.
Yeah.
But I like that they left it on an interesting cliffhanger, which makes you want to read the second issue. Again, it was well paced, and like I said, with a lot of these indies, a lot of them are kind of weird in terms of the characters and stuff like that. They did an exceptional job in this of introducing this character, introducing the power set in a clear way that made sense, and you got a little backstory on her as well, all within a very easy read.
Yeah,
so that's nice.
I didn't mention this, but this is from Mad Cave Comics. The writer is Paul Tobin, and artwork is Carlos Javier Olivares, sorry.
And
Olivares.
the nicest thing I can say about our partner is he has a lot of connections.
A lot of connections. Oh my god!
Yeah.
When they walked into that one place where they ate lunch, jeepers creepers.
With strings all over the place.
He had strings to everybody.
But it's a fun aspect of the book because
I wouldn't want her to see my strings.
Story can be told without having to have word bubbles and things like that. You know.
That'd be like a 12-issue miniseries.
No, Bruce, that would be an extended series, I'm sure.
Talk about the Absolute Edition. Absolute Lucifer.
It was a decent book. Like
just like if they did my college years, that'd be great.
Very
much so.
There's so many indies that can't stick the first issue.
Yeah.
That are either way too slow and drawn out and don't give you enough information to make you even want to pick up the second issue. Yeah. Or it's just bad or way too long and draw. What was that first book that you had us read a long time ago?
I don't recall.
Oh my god, it was the longest fucking piece of shit comic that I've read in forever. It was like 64 pages, went on and on and on. And by the end of it, you're like, I don't know anything, and I've just read Dostoevsky. It was
the Department of Department of Truth.
No, it was that was I forgot the name of that.
It was a Ministry of Compliance, I think.
Ministry of Compliance. That book went nowhere. Nowhere.
After that first issue, I was like, I don't want to read any more of this. I didn't want. I was like 10 pages in. I was like, I don't want to read any more of this.
There was 20 pages of that book that should have been cut.
There were about 40 pages of that book that should have been cut. and again, still, you read all this huge, super long first issue, and you still have no real concept of what was going on. So, like I said, I appreciate a good indie that can introduce me to a character. If it's somebody that has powers, I can understand the power set for the most part, or at least have enough of a grasp of an understanding of it to know that, okay, you're going to explain it later. It's going to whatever. They did a very good job with this and set it up. I enjoyed the book.
What are they going to call the Absolute Edition of Absolute Batman? I'm saying they're going to call it Absolutely Batman.
Absolutely Batman.
Absolutely Batman. Red Strings only happen 1 week a month.
Every 28 days.
Every 28 days.
The final book on our review list, ASM 61 kicks off the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man.
Okay.
I refuse to read this.
When I heard this concept, I thought I wasn't going to like it. I have thoughts, not all of them good, but it's interesting enough, at least for me, to keep going with it. I like how he spaghettified himself to kill off the first bad guy. That was great. And the fact that they're making him feel every bit of coming back to life. Oh, and Coulson's death all of a sudden.
I know. When did Coulson become death?
It's mentioned.
What the hell?
It's mentioned on the panel what storyline that happened in.
I just don't care. Like ASM. I've fallen so far from
Blood Hunt.
Blood Hunt. Yeah, it happened in Blood Hunt.
The absolute best of absolute Batman.
Absolute best.
I've fallen so far from wanting to read any ASM.
It's not Zeb Wells anymore, so that's a good thing.
Oh, that's right. Zeb Wells is no longer in this book. Now we have who's on this book?
I'm trying to remember who they put on it.
Oh no!
It'll be nice if Marvel put the names of who's working on the book on the A covers, but they don't. Usually.
What's screwed up about Spider-Man is I used to love reading Spider-Man in the 80s and the 90s. And to me, it kind of dropped off. Now, I like this Sorcerer Supreme Spidey, though. Or the Chosen One Spidey.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool. And I hope he kind of keeps that costume and that power set until he gets done with all of the
it's gonna go on
for commitments or whatever for the commitments or whatever the fuck they're calling it that he's having to do.
Oh, we have Joe Kelly writing and Nico Hidron.
Joe
Then
Kelly's not bad.
nothing against Joe Kelly. I'm just like, they've fucked up this book for so long that I just don't give a shit.
You know,
Well,
I will say this. Whether you pick up Spider-Man 4 years ago, 5 years ago, or today, I'm so sick of Spider-Man complaining about his life and how hard it is to balance between Spider-Man and Peter Parker.
Yeah, Batman gave that shit up 20 years ago. Except for he has a mommy and daddy issue. Anyway. Hey, answer me this question, guys. What is it with DC Comics and orphans with problems? Superman, Wonder Woman, technically, Batman. All fucking orphans.
Well, wasn't an orphan.
It's easy motivation.
Yeah. It was the 30s and 40s.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Don't get me started on the guy that
did parents walking out and never coming back.
Yeah, don't get me started on the guy who actually created Wonder Woman for DC Comics. Wow, that guy's backstory is crazy.
Bondage fetish.
I felt like Marvel abandoned Spider-Man a long time ago, maybe even before the Disney buy.
They did. They and you're not wrong, Degrassi. They did. They abandoned Spider-Man in the early 2000s.
ASM has always been one of their best-selling titles. ASM has always been one of their best-selling titles. Why you don't put top-tier talent on your top-tier book is beyond me.
I'll put it to you this way. I've had no interest in Spider-Man comics for as long as I've had no interest in Batman, if that tells you anything.
I love where he
Marston. Yes, Marston. I got your mouse minion. My pocket. He'll even squeak for you.
Considering his secretary is the one that wrote a lot of those issues. So.
Yeah. There's actually they made a movie about it. There's a couple of documentaries and an actual movie they made about the guy's life.
And I believe James Marsden's in it, which is funny because it's almost like Marston. And James Marsden's always delightful.
So I like 2 out of 3 books this week. I don't know. I'm tired of Peter whining, and the best thing they've done with Spider-Man, best Spider-Man story in the last 10 years has been when Peter was not Spider-Man, it was superior Spider-Man, when Doc Ock was Spider-Man. That was some of the best stories. I don't get it. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't know. The indies tend to appeal to me more because I'm just given something different and new. Even if it ends up being something bad, at least it's something different. I just like Spider-Man just bores the shit out of me anymore. It doesn't do anything for me. And I would, like I said, I wish they would put some top tier talent on ASM, which is what they should do. But I don't know. They give people these ASM runs forever. It's like Marvel sticks with these people forever on ASM, way longer. How long was Zeb Wells writing stuff for ASM? Way too long.
He wrote it for 60 issues here, and he wrote it for 30 issues, the last run.
Yeah.
It's too much.
It's a long time.
He's legitimately been all over the place.
So I don't know. I don't know
what Spider-Man people love it. Spider-Man people like it. That's great. It's just I just find it boring.
You know, I was watching a stream the other day, and I heard a content creator says, Spider-Man sucks. This really sucks. Hopefully 61 is good because I just bought 60 issues of crap. Like you said Spider-Man is crap, but you bought all 60 issues of crap.
Hey, if you are a big Spider-Man fan, you stick with it. I appreciate people that will stick with the title, even when that title sucks balls. They'll stick with it, thinking, "Hey, it's going to turn eventually." Hey, you want to keep up with the storyline. You don't want to have gaps, and
I gave up on Gotham by Gaslight. Kryptonian Age. I gave up.
Yeah, but that's an Elseworlds. That's a throwaway one anyway. I mean, and they kept introducing new characters every issue with nothing else really happening. They just kept introducing new characters.
I gave up.
Hope.
I gave up I gave up on the mainline Batman books. I just read Elseworlds anymore. Actually, I gave up on the whole of the DC Comics universe. Just read Elseworlds anymore.
I gave up like halfway when Tinian was finishing his run. I just stopped picking up Batman. The detective run is good with Ram V stuff. Those are solid books.
You had the World's Finest with Mark Waid was good. Shazam was good.
Yeah, Mark Waid's on my shit list, so fuck him.
Leave Mark Waid alone.
Don't tell me you can't write good stories anymore before you're about to release a fucking major DC storyline.
Which one?
He's doing Justice League, isn't
he? Yeah, he's doing Justice League.
Yeah. I don't think I could write good stories
anymore. He was complaining because of the election. Says he doesn't think he can write good stories anymore because,
Yeah. So it's like way to say something stupid before. Like you could, I don't give a fuck if you don't like the election. Fine, so you say you don't like you got. Like I don't give two fucking shits about any of that. But to take it to the level of, I don't think I could write good stories anymore. And you're getting ready to launch a major flagship title in DC. That's a dick thing to do.
There are no heroes in the world anymore, so I can't write good stories.
It's Justice League, you'll sell.
It's I'm sure it probably will, but you know what? He threw a turd in between those covers, and I'm granted most of that shit's probably written already anyway. But it's just like I mean, DC's putting a lot into the launch of that.
I'm pretty sure he's been spoken to.
I mean, DC's putting a lot into that. DC wants that to be a major launch of a book, and for some people, like, I don't know if I can write good stories anymore.
I've been at odds with Bruce in the past when I've said things like what I'm about to say, and I'm not trying to poke at Bruce. I'm not trying to piss anybody off.
Maybe put you in the back.
But look, I wish sometimes some of these people wouldn't say certain things because it gives ammunition to the people that I'm tired of listening to. I'm tired of hearing. And you can say, oh, we'll just avoid those people. You can't. They're noisy. They're loud. They're overbearing.
You can avoid them.
And they keep getting put in my damn feed. Okay?
Well, just freaking block them. That's what I do every time they pop up. I block them. I don't click on their stuff. I block them. I don't have time.
I don't block anybody, nor do I give a shit. I don't have to read anything anybody's putting in a feed. I know, but I don't have to. Well, you can go over to Blue Sky with the pedos, and that's fine. But it is what it is. People are going to write shit and say shit, but specifically for Wade, I don't care about his political leanings one way or the other. I'll still read his stuff, whether he loves Trump, hates Trump. I don't give two shits about that. But when you come out and say, I don't believe there's heroes in the world anymore. I don't think I could write a good story anymore. And your major book is about to launch. I think that does a horrible disservice, not only to your company who you're launching a book for, but all those other people that put time and effort into inking those pages, penning those pages, lettering those pages, doing all that work in there. And it's just a shitty, selfish crybaby bullshit.
Well, the fact of the matter is you're writing a fantasy story. The real world has never had heroes. I'm sorry. Every human being is flawed, whether you see them as a hero or not. And most of the time, if you meet your heroes, you regret meeting your heroes. Okay? So to sit here and say that, I don't think there's heroes in the world anymore, so I can't write heroic comic books. You're writing fiction. You can and you should.
And then don't write comics anymore. And that's fine. That's your choice. And that's fine. And like I said, I have no problem people voicing whatever political. I read plenty of comics written by people who have very different political leanings than I do, philosophical leanings than I do. And I love a lot of the stuff that they do. And I'm fine with that. I can separate reading a piece of fiction from whatever goes on in my real life, and I can enjoy things that I might not agree with or that I disagree with this here. That's fine. But to go out of your way to do what he did is just stupid. And I hope he got a talking to in some way, because again, it's one thing if you're writing some, fifth tier DC book that's some shit one off and you say something, nobody's going to care. But they want the print run of this damn thing to be huge for that Justice League launch.
I don't think what he says is going to affect the book at all.
I hope it does. I hope it doesn't. But I'll tell you what,
majority of the normal comic book reader, they don't follow Twitter. They don't follow all of the discourse online. So.
But what it makes me do is not want to read anything that he writes from this point on, because, okay, you're telling me your heart's not in it? Fine. Then, if you're going to Dan Slott one off, then, that's your choice. It's my choice just not to read your shit anymore.
All right, back to some happy stuff. Let's get to the hot 10 covers of the week. Let's see if you guys agree with my picks this week or make fun of me or just hate them. So, at number 10, we have World's Finest 33, the McFarlane toy variant. I love this cover. Such a good cover.
It didn't look like a toy variant. It threw me off. This one really threw me, because the other ones, they look like toy variants.
Yep.
This one just didn't look like a toy variant. It's a cool cover. I like the cover.
You can see the hinges on the toy, but if you don't look closely enough, it doesn't look like a toy at all. You're right. I love where the Fleet Value Impact Cell. I'm sure he'll bounce back. They'll make fun
I hope he does. It's depressing when somebody is launching a major storyline who basically says, I don't think I could write stories anymore. It's like, well,
I love this cover. I have this creation. I felt it was made just to be a toy. Probably was.
And it's cool. When this came out, it has some cool covers.
Yeah, I have most of them. Well, I actually have multiples.
I have a few of the 1 in 25.
I even have the second printing 1 in 25. Shh. Don't tell anyone.
I don't like it as a comic character. But it's a weird looking thing to look at and be like, oh, that's kind of weird, fun.
Mm-hmm. At number 9, we have Ultimate Spider-Man number 5, the 1 in 25 Dodson Incentive. I like a family Thanksgiving cover.
I like MJ in the tank top.
I didn't even notice the tank top. Oh, there's a turkey right there in between the breasts.
Who the hell wants to eat that turkey after he's putting all the damn webbing all over it?
Oh, that's gross. Isn't it his webbing like chemicals and stuff? So, ew.
Poisoning his children.
He's trying to base Mary Jane right in front of the kids. Inappropriate parenting. Inappropriate.
Is anyone still reading Ultimate Spider-Man? Anybody in the chat? Anybody?
I am. I like it.
I love Michael B. Jordan in a tank top. Doesn't everyone?
It's a webbing food safe.
It's not food grade. It's not food grade webbing.
All I know is he's with Mary Jane there on the cover. There's
I'm still reading it. I got to catch up on like issue 6 or 7 whenever Green Goblin and Spider-Man are training and stuff and getting to be friends. So
I can never go wrong with the Dodson cover
by doing that leg.
Comic books are for virgins. I just came in to say hi. I love you guys. Here.
Hey, virgins or incels, Chris? Which one? Which one?
You could be both, or you could be one of the other. Because I've seen a few incels that aren't virgins. Just say it.
It's hard for me. It's hard. I didn't pick this up, but it is hard for me to pass up a Dodson cover because I do love Dodson.
He webbed in front of the whole. Oh my God, what is going on here today? Chris, if you're listening, hello, Chris. I can't do it like her. Incels do love comics.
I think BK.
I think they love to hate comics more than they love comics now. Doctor Who fans are both. All of the above. Comics are for everyone. Max will be joining us next week. For us, he's gonna read the comics. We review next week, and it'll be his first time reading comic books, which was good for him. He wants to start reading books, so I'm glad he's
That's good. We need to poison the well with Max.
He's married to a great lady. She's such a big comic reader. I'm surprised it never rubbed off on him. Hey, giggity.
Giggity. Giggity.
What, the ability to read?
Oh, ouch.
Whoa, wow.
Whoa, came out slinging rights and left. Damn.
Hey, you set it up. I'm sorry.
Hooked on Phonics. Works for me.
Works for lots of people. Anyway. So,
Number 8. We have this
I love you, Max. I'm just
Lee Berry of Action Comics 1075 of The Bride and I forgot her name.
I like the fish woman in that with the helmet thing. I like that art. That's nice.
I'm still
and
mad.
The Bride's cool too.
I'm still mad that the damn Creature Commando variants on the other titles are better than the covers on Creature Commandos. The title. I love you, Max. I'm just joking with you.
We love you, Max. We're just picking, brother.
I'm not gonna make anyone read a Harley book. Stop.
That's borderline abuse. Make somebody read one of those.
Fishbowl head.
But yeah, I like the fishbowl chick. It's kind of cute. Anyway,
it's funny. Lyrics Lee came out so strong beginning of last year, beginning of this year, and then I don't know why her covers have cooled off so much.
I don't think this one's cool.
She's been getting a lot of work.
No, this is a great cover.
She's been getting a lot of work, and she's been getting Kickstarter work because I get some of her saucier stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like Lyrics. I think this is a good wheelhouse for her, though. I mean, I like her cheesecake stuff, but I think like this cover is the perfect type of stuff that she could do and just knock it out of the park every time.
Yeah, and you're right. The Creature Commando covers are ass.
Oh, they're horrible. I was so disappointed. I was like, "Oh, there's going to be a Creature Commando series," and all the covers were like, "What? That's kind of."
It's like them starting up a run of Poison Ivy. Then you find out the artist will be JR.
Oh, that's horrible. That's as bad as reading a Harley book.
Oh, why'd you say that? Don't say that. Don't
I'm not putting that out there. Why?
Don't do it. Don't.
I'm just saying.
Don't, Bruce. Don't.
JR away from DC. He's like, oh no.
Far away.
Poison. You poisoned the well, Bruce.
But no, like I'm happy. I'm happy. Lyrics.
We always have Alan Moore on Poison Ivy.
We would get a very interesting story.
No,
not happening. No.
Lyrics is adorable. I love Lyrics. I'm happy to see her getting all the work that she gets. But like I said, I really hope they let her lean into some of these types of covers because
I know I've gotten some messages from some people that watch the show. Why do I
people watch the show?
Yeah, people watch the show actually. All 5 people that are watching now. Actually, we got 17 people watching. Thank you. Please thumbs up this video. That why do I choose so many covers from DC compared to Marvel? Because DC has better covers.
It's better. Yeah.
Hey, I've been putting some Zenoscope covers there lately. All right, buddy.
I don't know. I mean, DC just seems
Are we sure
to be on a better streak. It always goes up and down sometimes in terms of cover work. There's times where Marvel's just killing it. They have a run of great artists that are just banging out amazing stuff.
Yeah.
And then it tends to shift where DC seems to just have the stronger stuff. And truthfully, the Marvel stuff recently, there have been a few good covers, but I mean, not a ton of stuff.
Yeah. All right. Number 7. We got Cho, 1 in 50, Catwoman 70.
You had that last book. You had that last book mislabeled. It was 1076, not 1075.
I had it 1070.
1076, not 1075. You had it labeled 1075.
I love Frank Cho, and I love these ballpoint pen covers that he does. They are amazing. I've loved Frank Cho for you ever since Liberty Meadows. I love Frank Cho. I just love all the stuff.
Yeah, this is a good Frank Cho cover.
Jesus, her covers are great.
You know, but there's too much empty space, unused space back there. I'm just kidding. I love this cover.
That cover's freaking amazing.
Plain, it's clean, it's simple. Yeah. It's really good. Hey, Archwell, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, Archwell?
You know, so 1 in 50. If you don't want to spend $50 for this book or more, you can grab the trade dress. Still a good cover, regardless.
Yeah.
Yep. So
that is a good Green Lantern cover.
At number 6.
At Lyrics' other covers.
We have Belle, Shadow of the Rose, number 1. A royal variant. I like this cover a lot.
Yeah. Royals covers are always fun.
This is from Zenescope.
Yep.
Zenescope.
Zenescope is the more naughty comics. They have stories in them in the page. They have words and pictures.
There's words.
They're not horrible.
There's words.
Every now and then you get something.
Tits, ass, words.
There's words.
Those are words. That reminds me. It's a throwback to like late '90s covers. I like it.
There's always Zenescope stuff in my orders all the time.
I know. Trust me.
And remember, I say it all the time. Zenescope gives artists opportunities. You will see artists start in places like Zenescope because they will give them cover work when they can't get cover work anywhere else. And you shall, like I said, Archer started with Zenescope books. There's plenty of big names that start. Villalobos did tons of Zenescope stuff before, crossing over to the mainstream stuff. So.
Damn it! This character has a shit ton of comic books. I'm gonna have to find now.
Oh yes.
There you go. Did you get the gun hunting collision course 1, Lorenzana? Yeah.
I ordered every single cover.
I bet you did.
Are these all one shots though? Because I just
there's miniseries.
Are there miniseries?
They don't run too many episodes. Sometimes they flip. Between the Grimm Fairy Tale series, and there's probably like 6 other series that run on a regular basis. So.
Lordy, there's like 30 entries here.
There you go.
But a lot of them are one shots, like Targeted Prey, Queen of Serpents, House of Glass.
Yeah, and then they'll do the pinups and animals and stuff like that as well.
Now I'm gonna have to figure out where the timeline starts on this.
What timeline? There's no timeline.
A timeline.
Stop.
It's so I can read this shit in order, man.
Nobody's reading that book with a story.
It's a number 1.
Jeez.
Oh, it's a Whatnot? Oh, shit. I didn't see that there was a Whatnot exclusive for it. I'll have to find it now. Damn it. They're starting to kill me with exclusives because it's like I pick up this whole short box back here is Hard Case Crime. This is all pretty much Gun Honey stuff. And they normally have a good number of covers initially. And now people are doing exclusives for them. Oh, God, it's pain. It's pain to keep up.
Yeah. All right. We get into the bottom 5 of the show. Bottom 5 covers of the week. we have Wonder Woman 15 and 1 in 25 Sowie incentive.
Sowie.
Sowie.
I like Sally.
I like this cover. I like Sowie's covers.
They definitely have a wonderful grasp of the human form.
This is not as good as the Trinity, but it's still good.
It feels like a more composed Rose Besh. A little more restrained.
I like this cover a lot.
There's a handful of decent Sally covers coming up.
Yeah. Ad number 4. Yo, Joe, G.I. Joe 311, the 1 in 10 camouflage incentive. I love this cover.
I can't go wrong with the Snake Eyes cover.
Love this cover. It's so good. I don't know. What are they doing with this title? Are they going to end it?
I thought they were supposed to end. Wasn't this like Hama had his story arc and he wanted to end it, and they agreed they would let him finish the story arc. So I don't know how long this goes, especially since they relaunched G.I. Joe 1. Yeah. I don't know how much longer this is going, but they told him he could finish out his arc, so at least that far.
I like this. I don't know if I ordered this or not. I should have ordered this, but I don't know.
See, these are going to be the sleeper G.I. Joe books because everybody's running to the 70 covers of G.I. Joe #1, and there literally were about I think there were like 72 covers. It was something ridiculous. But these will kind of slide under the radar a bit.
Hopefully it's let me see if it's still up for purchase. Oh, it comes out this week, so let's see.
Well, I don't know why they. I mean, maybe they keep this one going, and then the other Joe title is that Energon universe thing. I didn't think they wanted to run competing series.
If anybody's interested, it's still up on Midtown for $13,
which ain't bad.
Yeah.
I will never knock somebody picking up a 1 in 10 GI, a cool GI Joe cover of a Storm Shadow or a Snake Eyes or Baroness or something like that. That's a little ratio because sometimes those slip under the radar and have
exactly
run here and there.
Storm Shadow was always my favorite of the ninjas.
Yeah.
What'd you say? I'm just kidding.
You heard me. You heard me. You heard me. You heard me.
They have 25 available if anybody's interested.
Okay. $13 Midtown.
Yeah, Midtown.
That's not bad.
Ad number 3. We have Department of Truth #1 and 1 in 25. Talaski incentive. I love a good Maryland cover.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for Maryland covers.
What's a steak?
It just amazes me that they keep doing this. This isn't #1. I don't know what issue this is. 20s, Department of Truth. But this and Something Is Killing the Children. They keep cranking out ratios and a ton of covers for. I don't know how they keep doing it. It's like Something Is Killing the Children. You have. If Something Is Killing the Children, you have House of Slaughter. I think you're going to have Book of Cutter. And they just keep cranking out tons of ratios and covers deep into the run. So there's always a ton of winners in there in terms of just really beautiful covers. I don't know if any of them will, see major money at any point, but I'll probably wait and try to buy this at some point if it goes cheap and if it takes off.
This is 27, issue 27.
Yeah, like I will try to get this on the cheap a couple months down the line, and if it's something that instead took off, then I don't know. The one thing you have to deal with comics, with how many books come out, how many covers and stuff like that. Sometimes you're going to miss something, and that's okay.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. This lady in red is in the wine glass reflection.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Cool.
But yeah, don't chase books when they're. I know I have a book that just showed up on eBay now, first on eBay, and they're trying to sell it for $999.99.
What? If anybody's interested, Midtown has this issue on Midtown for under ratio for $22.
Which is fair. I mean, for these ratios, they should be going under ratio.
Yeah.
I would hope these are the types of covers that if they don't catch some weird hot list or something like that, that makes them, take a jump in price. When Midtown has like their 75% off sale, I immediately just go and search for ratios, especially 125s and 150s, high ratios, and just pick up ones I missed that I really liked.
Yeah. So, if you're interested in this variant, you can still pick it up. And let's get to the top 2 of the week. We have Lilith number 2, the 1 in 20 Vecchio incentive.
Luana Vecchio is my spirit animal.
This is a great cover.
I buy everything that she does. Every Kickstarter I find where she does a cover, I buy. Every series that she does, every cover that I can find. I love her work. She's awesome.
And
this is a winner. There's a lot of little covers too. They're doing a lot of the little. Issue 2 doesn't have as many, but there's still a lot of fun bagged variants that aren't allowed to be on the shelf.
Yeah. Good golly.
Yeah. Plus her doll part series is coming too, which is in the Lovesick universe. And she does all that. She writes it and does all the covers and interiors and stuff.
Yep. And my number 1 pick for this week, I'm a little biased. Everybody knows this, especially when it comes to this artist. We have Mark Spears Monsters number 2, the Creature Feature variant. This is a beautiful cover. I love it. I'm a huge fan of Mark Spears, and this is great. This is a great cover.
This is the harder cover to find at this point. This one is selling out more than some of the other ones.
Yeah.
But there's a good one with the brides. There's all the covers are great. Mark will be on the Qualified on Black Friday because he will be launching his new Kickstarter for the next volume of Monsters. So
and
hear all about them.
It's what is it that the 150, the Spawn homage with Dracula, vampire. Midtown is charging like $90 for that thing. It's insane.
Is it the McFarlane homage?
Yeah. The Batman one.
The Batman, yeah.
Yeah, the Batman homage. I'm sorry.
Homage. Yeah, it is Keen Spot.
Yeah, I got it for a ratio.
Keen Spot is what they are. There's a very small
that cover.
They're a very small publisher. The good thing about Keen Spot though is ordering from their website. I have ordered 2 or 3 times from their website because remember, Keen Spot is also doing all that Night of the Cadillacs, Lipstick Clickers, that whole universe for Kill Town.
Yeah.
They're doing that as well. On their site, you can find some of their exclusives, A covers, B covers, and stuff at very reasonable prices. And I've had no problem with shipping from them and ordering from them.
They just shipped out all my number 2s yesterday actually. Yeah. All the covers I ordered. And if there are a few covers left on Midtown, limited to 1 per customer. So if you're interested, they're still up if you want them. Don't go to eBay. you're still interested in this book. So they even have this cover up there. They have limit to one customer, but there's a way to get around that. But shipping
I've been buying the Keen Spot exclusives.
Yeah,
because I figured those are going to be harder to come by in the end.
Oh yes, and a reminder: if you're planning to send anything in for Mark Spears signing at CGC, the deadline is Friday. So you might want to check that out. All right. Next up, here we go. Hey Phil, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Phil.
Next up, we have some graded games. Donkey Kong Country VGA H5 Nearman sealed for the Game Boy Color, released in 1994, sold for $475. It's amazing that some of these who still has Game Boy Color games sealed.
I don't know. I said I owned an Atari and then nothing. That's where I am.
Yeah. I wonder how long before they come out with a Diddy Kong game. Diddy, there'll be so many jokes about that. A new Diddy Kong game. But moving on, we have Cool Spot. Did you see 9-0?
That's a 7-Up spot? That's a 7-Up spot.
Yes, they had a game for it. Released in 1993 for the Super Nintendo. Sold for $812.
I'm sorry, I'm an 80-year-old man. I love 7-Up. I find it a very good soda.
I do like 7-Up cake. All right, damn it. Yeah. I never played this game.
Yeah, it's no Noid.
Yeah, Noid. We got Mario Kart 64 for the Nintendo 64 8.0. BF sealed, sold for $3,250.
That makes sense.
Jeez.
That's a very, very memorable game.
Yeah.
Hey, Christina.
Hey, Christina, how are you? Diddy's Bad for a Day co-star. Diddy and the Big. Oh,
hope they have a shop vac for that one.
I can't with you, Sticks. Sticks is out on bail after being released from the con.
Yeah.
Then we have Super Mario 64 TGC 8.0 VF Mint sealed for N64. It sold for $3,750. It's selling about the same in the same grade almost. Yeah, how much was that? Yeah, this is $500 more, just about.
I said there got to be warehouses of this shit laying around somewhere.
Yeah, of course there are.
All still sealed.
I remember this was like, it was sold out on release date. Nintendo has been doing sold out on release date for like 30 years. Doesn't get old. Hey, Jeffy Miller, what's going on, buddy?
Mario stuff is never cheap. Even months later, it's always years later. It's always expensive.
I don't get it, but Then we have Dragon Ball Z Boost Fury CGC 9.8 near mint for the Game Boy Advance, released in 2004, sold for $4,250. Jeez. Published by Atari.
That's Dragon Ball.
I know.
You have the crossover stuff is always such a sweet spot of people that love collecting games, but then these crossover properties. It's always something.
Yep, and Majin Buu, for all you anime fans, they will agree with me. The Majin Buu storyline was one of the longest storylines ever at Dragon Ball. I don't know, was it long? If I'm wrong, let me know if it was longer than Cell Saga, because those two sagas was pretty damn long. But
I have never seen one episode of Dragon Ball Z.
We'll do a watch party, Joe. We'll do a watch party.
I own one of the comics from the original run, but I've never watched it.
And that is it for video games. Next up, the comic market report. First up, we have Adam Legend of the Blue Marvel, #1, 2009, sold for $1,440. The last sale on eBay for this was like $840, $800. It seemed like it's going back up in price. There are 1,519 graded.
I'm sure somebody's going to say he's going to appear somewhere.
Yeah.
Which is what happens every about 8 to 12 months. Somebody's like, Blue Marvel's coming. And then this book shoots up. This was always a good book anyway, but this is one of those ones that hits some high highs and then it sinks down.
Yeah, I think the high was like 3,000 at one point in 2021.
COVID. I just like 2020 to 2020, mid 2021. I just don't look at any of those prices because those blow off tops were just ridiculous.
Yeah, it was insane.
Everyone flush with stimmy money, just buying dumb books, ridiculous prices. I still don't understand why they haven't brought this character in at some point in the MCU. They've had plenty of opportunities to squeak him in somewhere, and it just makes no sense to me why they haven't.
It's so funny because the most graded of this is a 9.6. There are only like 375, 380 9.8s of this. Mm-hmm. There aren't that many 9.8s of this out there.
Yeah, for a modern, yeah.
Won't do anything and go back down in price.
It will, but this book never sinks that ridiculously low. It goes down, but it never collapses.
No. Because of the limited print run, a lot of stores didn't order this. A lot of people didn't pick it up.
And there's not a ton of 9.8s out there. And I'm sorry, in the modern, people want a 9.8.
Yeah.
Sorry, they do.
So, all right. Next up, Batman Adventures 12, DGC 9.8, off-white to white pages. Sold for $1,920. There are 9,892 graded copies of this book.
Which is insane to me.
Little under about 2,700 9.8s. There are over, not 2,000, 1,700 and some change. It's a 9.8 and about 2K in 9.6. And the rest are scattered around.
Yeah, it just never ceases to amaze me how many of these are graded on the high end. It's a lot. But hey, it is a key. It will always be a key. This is not a book that people are going to be like, oh, this is just dollar bin fodder. No, this is always going to be a solid key book.
Yeah. Thank you, Power 900. Boo Saga was longer. Hey, Taladia. So, next up, we have Amazing Spider-Man 15 from 1964, CGC 8.0, off-white to white pages, sold for $2,640. There are currently 3,893 graded on the census.
I will always say, I know I shit on Spider-Man earlier in the show, but the original ASM run, that's 1 through 50. It's just like will always sell. Will always sell. It's like it's like Golden Age Batman with the Joker on the cover. They will always sell. It's They're always good, solid books. Though they will fluctuate a bit. You'll get your pops here and there. I don't know what the Craven movie will do for this book, if anything, but it'll put some more eyes on it.
And just in case anybody's wondering, there are currently 2, count them, 2 9/8 on the census. And the last time a 9/8 sold with this book, it was back in 2021, and it sold for $78,000. And that was the last time it sold, was in 2021. So, and a 9/6 sold for, what was it? 9/6 sold for 19,800 in not January, September of this year on Heritage.
Yeah,
so, Spider-Man books will move.
Yep, yes, they will. That's great. That's a good, solid book to have.
Yeah. Then we have Shock's Suspense Stories number 6, 1953 EC Comics CGC 6.0. Cream to off-white pages. And it's not the cream you're thinking of.
Yeah.
So for $2,520, there are currently 355 graded. I found out that there is actually, let me see if I can find it. Where is it? See if I still have it. There we go. There's actually the highest graded of this book. You'll be surprised. There is currently a 9/9 graded copy of this book.
Yep.
I was shocked to find this out. I was like,
"That's a file copy. It's a file copy." So I'm not surprised.
A 9/9 though.
It's a file copy. They were, I mean, it's from Gaines. So it doesn't surprise me that it existed. A 9/9 is quite nice.
Yeah.
But as a file copy from a family, it doesn't super surprise me that it exists.
The last time this 9/9 sold was in 2015, and back then it sold for $15,535. And now to add a little context to where that stands with current day values of this book, where is it? We had a 9/8 of this book sell in 2022 for $28,000. So this comes up again. This could hit 6 figures.
Yeah, it's a Hollywood cover. It's a Gaines file. It's a Gaines file copy, and that's Gaines. Yeah, that's something. I mean, there's a lot of history to that book, just in the fact that it was a Gaines file copy.
Yeah.
Bill Gaines ran EC Comics and wrote EC Comics stuff. So I don't know. It's good stuff. That I would love to see that go up for auction again, just to see what it gets.
Yep.
And I could still kick myself in the ass when I started getting the Golden Age stuff for not leaning into EC stuff.
Yeah.
I went different directions with the stuff that I was looking for than I was building out in Golden Age, and I could kick myself in the ass for not leaning into a lot of the EC stuff.
And finally, we have Voodoo Annual number 1 from Pharrell, 1952, a CGC 5.5, off-white to white pages, sold for $3,840. The highest, there are 46 copies graded, and I believe the highest known grade is a 7.5 of this book.
Yeah, a lot of these are beat up. There's so many pre-code horror titles that went around, and so many of them were so beat up. To find anything with this stuff above a 5 is always nice.
You can't see me. You're so wrong.
Pre-code horror always it always does well. It doesn't really, it has its dedicated collectors, but it's one of those niches that slowly brings people in that have been in the hobby a while, maybe start to have a little bit more money and can, stretch out and extend to other parts of the hobby. Pre-code horror is a place people like to go.
Yeah. And before I move on, tonight at 9-ish, I will be making a guest appearance on Cliff on Comics tonight. So, if you want to stop by, hang out with me and Cliff and see the first team up between me and Cliff, here's the link. It will be directly after I finish this show. So if you want to hang out with us, come by. It's gonna be some shenanigans, as I like to say.
Shenanigans.
All right. So next up, some new comic book day picks. There are some number ones that are coming out this week that I thought, hey, pick them up. And that's supposed to be 11/18. Sorry about that.
We'll pretend.
We got Venom War is Jeff, number 1. Everybody loves Jeff.
And everyone's going to pick up the B cover.
Of course. Except for me, I forgot about it. I don't have to go to my local LCS, which I like doing, just in case you're watching.
I really like.
Yeah. Then we have Shadow Cabinet is part of the Milestones universe, number 1 of 4.
How do you think Milestone's going to do good this time?
I hope so. It's 4 issues. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what they need to market it better.
They didn't seem to market it to launch much, which is disappointing. Milestone was a historical thing.
Yeah.
In comics, and for them to bring it back, they should have brought it back with some fanfare.
I don't know. I think they should. I don't know. I think they should integrate it into the main DCU.
I think they should too. They should bring it back like this with a little more better marketing, and then integrate it into the, integrate it into the bigger.
And then we have Bone Dogs, number 1.
Good Lotte cover on that.
Yep. And we have Archie is Mr. Justice from Archie Comics.
I never sleep on Archie. That's Tim Seeley. Tim Seeley's doing that book.
Yeah.
Never sleep on Archie books. Archie horror. There's some good stuff that comes out of Archie Comics.
Yeah. And finally, FOC. Yay. So, you have time to order on your favorite comic online store, or head into your LCS and order some of these books without having to pay same day prices on some of these ratios and variants.
Order pre-FOC and enjoy the discount. I mean, in most cases, you get a 30 to 40% discount on some of these books. Mm-hmm. If you're buying a lot of books, it does add up. Yeah, you are correct. Don't sleep on them. Increase them.
All right. First up, we have Wonder Woman number 16, the 1 in 25 Jiyoung incentive. All Winter number 5, the Barron's variant.
Barron's is so talented.
Jenny Sparks number 5, Torque.
I like the Jenny Sparks. It's a nice Tom King run for Jenny Sparks. It's a
nice black label.
Interesting storyline.
Absolute Batman number 3, the Lotto variant. Something about those bloody hooks.
It's a Delotto Batman. That's all you gotta say.
Delotto Batman.
Yeah.
That Nightwing promotion is just creepy. Leave my Nightwing alone. Then we have Action Comics 1080. Spears. Mark Spears variant. Then we have World's Finest 34. I'm sorry. World's Finest 34, the Nakayama variant.
I have to buy it because it's a Zatanna cover.
I know you have to buy it.
I can't help myself. It's one character that I truly try to collect as many Zatanna covers as I can.
That's the Jenny I expect to see in the DCU. Ooh.
I wish it. I hoped I'd love to see that Jenny in the DCU.
Yep.
The book is a good read. Take it or leave with Tom King. Some people love Tom King. Some people hate Tom King.
I love Tom King.
There's a handful of stuff that I really, really love that Tom King's written. There's stuff that I'm like, that Tom King's written. I really enjoy this Jenny Sparks run so far.
Mm-hmm. Then we have Brave and the Bold 20, the Lotte variant. Beautiful Lotte Wonder Woman.
Tula never lets me down.
I love this cover. It's so good. This cover is so good. Just follow. We'll be watching your appearance. Thank you, Sticks. Then we have Nightwing 121, a Panosian variant. This is a great cover.
I really like his black and whites. Like the sketch covers that he does. Yeah. They're just inked in black and white. I would love to see this in that
sketch,
that format. Yeah.
Second print 1 in 25 sketch. No.
Dynamite does it all the time, and Dynamite they'll do that, and then they do the line drawing variants, which is it's like a cream color instead of white for the sketch variant, and they're beautiful books, and all the Pinocchio. I have all the Pinocchio ones. They're fantastic.
Then we have Magic #1, a 1 in 25 Anacleto incentive.
Jason Leno is great. His work is good. There's a lot of good Magic covers coming out. I don't know how the book will be.
Too many for me, but Hell Hunters #1 and 1 in 25 Clark. Little Ghost Rider. What is that? 1940s.
That's the 1944 Ghost Rider.
X-Men #9, the 1 in 50 Mikado.
No, I know you were putting that on there.
Of course I was. I love a good Cyclops cover. There's actually a trade dress for this if you don't want to get the 1 in 50. Sabretooth, The Dead Don't Talk #1 and 1 in 25 Suyan incentive. I like this cover a lot.
I didn't even realize there was a Sabretooth series coming.
This one coming. Then we have Heat Seekers Combustion #2, the 1 in 10 Chew incentive. The great cover. Great Chew cover.
The covers are good.
So good.
Oh, the covers are good on Heat Seeker. They're all fantastic. Buy them all.
Buy the wall.
Oh, definitely.
G.I. Joe #2, the 1 in 50 Schmidt incentive.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the 1 in 100 Chew incentive. I like the cover a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shapely person.
Then we have Challenges of the Unknown #1 is releasing. Few covers. We have cover A by.
They're all good covers. There's all these they're very nice. I'm very happy with this.
And we have the Clark variant. We have the Earls variant. We have the Dan Mora variant.
Dan Moore is just too damn good.
He is so damn good. I don't think I've seen bad artwork from Dan Moore.
And the thing is, his interiors are just as good as his covers.
Yes. There's literally no difference between his great covers and the great artwork inside.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Charles gets dropped in Superman. Challenges. Oh. Uh-oh. Are we going to get a Challenge of the Unknown movie? I was looking at the first appearance, the pricing of the first appearance of them, and crap, I can't number.
Was it in Showcase?
Yeah, Showcase #6. 6.
6 was still Flash, I think. Wasn't it?
Oh, 7. It's 7 then. Showcase 7, and it's not that bad. The one that's pricey is Challenge of the Unknown #6, when one of the characters goes to space and comes back with flame powers, invisibility, pretty much the powers of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's pricey. A 3.0 was like almost $600. I'm like, crap, $700.
You can win or lose. Can win or lose with your Golden Age collection. You could have bet the bank on Metal Man or Challengers of the Unknown.
Yep. I have to go back and pick up Metal Man now, but you never know with James Gunn. And we have Melnikov variant. The all-in foil variant, and the 1 in 25 is Zoxy. Is Zoxy?
They could have done a little better with their 1 in 25 for this. Because the other covers are pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see how they're tying in the Trinity in with the Challenge of the Unknown. How that's gonna. I wonder if that was just to draw people into the first book.
Probably.
Or they're gonna be based off the space station.
Maybe.
Yeah, because DC doesn't have that many space-based comics anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Do they?
No.
Do they?
I mean, you get your Green Lantern stuff.
Yeah.
Not much beyond that.
Yeah. So, and finally, please like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, Kingdom of Nerds. Follow me at X at Brucifer_1. Follow me on Blue Sky, Brucifer, and Kingdom of Nerds on Blue Sky, I believe. Follow Thade on X. What is your thing on X and Instagram, Thade?
Same Thade Days. So let's see here. Hold on.
Follow Joe's Dueling on Instagram and check out his YouTube channel for little clips and comic covers he likes.
Yeah, little spotlights.
Spotlight.
Run through
It's
characters and just
Hello Human 6767 on Twitter. And it's just Thade Days 67 on Instagram.
Okay. All right. So I will see you guys in a few minutes on Cliff on Comics, where we're going to do a weekly roundup. So
nice.
Here is the link. Please head over there. Please subscribe to Cliff. And I will see you guys in a few minutes, and you will see back on Kingdom of Nerds tomorrow night for Monday Madness. So thank you, everyone. Please hit the like button, subscribe, comment, and have a good night.